Welcome to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are having an amazing day. It's a great time to be out working in the yard, doing the honeydew chores. I know I've got a few to do myself this weekend, but it's also a great time to be out looking for homes if you're looking to buy or sell a house. So we've got a lot to talk about today. I really want to cover some things that I have found that are really relevant and what's going on. So we want to talk about, is it a good time to buy? Should we wait to buy? Or is now really the right time? And what are interest rates doing? Is it time to lock in an interest rate? We're going to talk about the fluctuation in the market, which direction things are going in. And I want to talk about, why are interest rates fluctuating? What causes them to fluctuate? And then, are there costs of waiting, or should we wait to buy right now? Because a lot of folks, you're sitting on that 30-year fixed rate at 3.5%, and you're just really struggling to see if it's worthwhile to double your interest rate in order to get in the market. So is it really the right time for you to buy if you want to move up? So we're going to talk about that. And then, how do elections affect the market? So there's a few things that I want to cover today. So any of those interest you, can always pick up the phone and call me at 407-706-3313, or Tampa 813-213-4009. Then, what about Zillow? People go to Zillow to look up their property values. Are they really accurate? Really? Are they really accurate? I can tell you one thing right now. Keep this in mind. If it's free, you are the product. If it's free, you are the product. So when you do your taxes with a free service like TurboTax, when you have your credit pulled by a free service like Credit Karma, when you look up property for free, Zillow, you are their product. So you're wondering why you're being spammed on your phone. You're wondering why Google knows what you're shopping for. It's because you're doing that to yourself. So you're selling yourself to these organizations that are selling your data. And don't think that data is purchased by somebody that really cares about the integrity or keeping the integrity and privacy of your information. Because think about that. If your data is sold by Credit Karma or TurboTax, what are they doing? Selling your credit information? Selling your tax information? Your income? Who knows who's buying that stuff? If you want to look up property value, or you want a program that can identify what your values are, maybe how much equity you have in the property, what type of loans may be available to loan against that, I created a product for you that I run through a system called HomeBot. Go to my webpage and look for home valuations or home value, register there. You will be able to look at your home value at any given time and manipulate it. How much extra do I need to pay if I want to make it a payment for 15 years? All those kind of things. They're all available to you. No charge, and you will not get solicited. And I will never sell client information to anyone. So here's another problem. You get your credit pulled by me or your bank. The next thing you know, you got 50,000 mortgage guys calling you up, telling you, I can get you a better deal. I can get you a better deal. They don't even know what deal you got, but they're telling you they can get you a better deal. You know why? They bought your private information. And here's the way I feel about that. First of all, the Lone Ranger does not buy what's called trigger leads, but a lot of lenders do. A lot of lenders do. So as soon as you have your credit pulled, they get an alert and they buy that lead from the credit bureaus because they're selling your data and it's got all your information on it. So you need to opt out. If you want to opt out, do that beforehand. Call me. I'll send you the link to opt out. So everyone listening right now should text or call me at 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009. And just text me and say, please put me on opt out. Now, listen, I'm going to need your name. I'm going to need your address. I'm going to need your social security number. I'm not going to pull credit, but I'm going to block people from doing it and from calling and soliciting. I have the ability to do that. I would be happy to help you out with that. So, is that self-serving for me? No, it's just a little bit extra work I got to do to help you, my listeners. Do I get paid for it? No, I don't get paid for it. It's just an extra step I have to take. But my clients, my listeners out there, you trust me, you count on me, you want to make sure that you're safe. I'm just telling you, you got to go to opt out. If you want me to just send you the link, you do it yourself, then you do it yourself. Probably easier. Matter of fact, you'll save me some time and effort. But call or text 407 706 3313 or 813 213 4009. Just text me, say, I would like to send me opt out registration, and I'll send that to you. All right. Zillow, I know a lot of people use it. I even use it from time to time, but you are going to become the product. So now, when you go to sell your home, I want to talk about the real cost of selling your home. When you go to sell your home, what expenses do you think you have to pay? If you hire a real estate agent, you're going to pay the real estate commission. I highly advise you do it. Do not choose a discount real estate agent because they're cheaper. You're not going to get the results. Call me. I have a real estate referral program. I will refer you to the best real estate agent in the area. They will give you discounts off their services. They do not pay me for that lead, not one penny, but I'll refer you to them. They will give you discounts in lieu of paying me for a referral. Now, see, I could get a 25% referral from every real estate agent because I could put that through my wife and she's a licensed real estate agent. Now, my wife does not sell real estate. She hasn't for 30 years, but she still holds a real estate broker's license and it's active. So I could do that, but I don't do that. And think about that. If I got 25% of a commission and the average sale was say 450 and the average loan amount was say 360 and the realtors are getting 6% and the buy side or the sell side is getting half of that. So that's 50% of that is 10.8 times 25% is 2,700 bucks. And I could do 30 of those a month. That's a lot of money. Who's getting it? You're getting it. You get it, not me. I want that to be the case for you because I want to give you a great agent. Now, how does that serve me? It does a couple ways. First of all, I can give back to really good agents that give me client leads all the time. So I can give back to them. Secondly is I'm not going to refer you to a crappy real estate agent because it's just going to make me look bad. It's going to make the whole deal fall apart. They won't negotiate. And believe me, I am very particular because most of you are horrible at picking your real estate agents. You either go to a listing or you go to Zillow and you work with the agent that paid for the Zillow lead and they don't do any business and they're horrible. They're very nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you haven't met some really nice real estate agents, but are they well qualified to do a good job for you? Most of them aren't. Most of them aren't. So call me and I'll connect you with a real estate agent. Ask me about the Loan Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program, and I'll connect you with a great real estate agent to buy or sell. They will give you up to 25% of their commission back so you can use it to offset closing costs or whatever. Now, what does it cost you to sell your home? The real estate commission. You're going to pay any prorated taxes that are owed. You're going to pay generally the doc stamps on the deed, which are 0.007 of the purchase price. And you're going to pay your title insurance policy, which is about 75 basis points. So 0.0075. So it's negligible. Those are the things that you pay. But now sellers are at somewhat of a challenge. We've moved into a buyer's market. So sellers are going to have to get more aggressive unless you just are in a great neighborhood and there's just high demand. But Even people that aren't in great neighborhoods with high demands call me and say, I'm in a great neighborhood with high demand, but you're not. Some areas are, but we have to be able to position ourselves to attract people. The number one issue that buyers are facing right now is affordability. Let's just be honest. Interest rates are higher than they are used to, but it's not just the interest rate. It's a lot of things. It's it's inflation. Okay. Inflation has caused things to be much higher, and it is everything that happens in our life. You're getting less money. It's costing you more for everything that we do right now. Sorry, I lost track of that. It's costing you more for everything we do. So affordability is more than just the interest rate. It has a lot to do with a lot of things. And people are just finding it harder and harder to qualify. And and not only qualify, but just afford the payments. So what do we do? What do we do? Tell you what we do. We help the buyer by helping them with closing costs and with buy downs. Now, real estate agents, pay attention to this, because this is all about you, because you're not closing as many deals because less people find the market to be affordable. So we have to make it more affordable for them. How do we do that? We offer closing costs. We offer buy downs. Now, listen, anytime I'm buying a house, I'm getting closing costs paid. You guys that are bickering over money to reduce the sales price of the house don't understand how money works. It doesn't work that way. Think about that. If you're putting 10% down on a $500,000 house and you reduce that house by 10 grand and offer them 490 instead of 500, how much did you reduce your out-of-pocket expenses? How much do you think you reduce those out-of-pocket expenses? So you literally reduced it by $500 by you reducing the price by 10 grand. Wouldn't you rather get 10 grand in closing costs? That's $10,000 less out of pocket. That's the smart way to do it. That's the way I do it. My name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm the loan arranger. They call me that because I arrange loans. I'm not a Harvard graduate. I don't have a finance degree. I've been helping people with mortgages for 35 years. I don't tell you this to brag, but I'm one of the top producers in the entire country. I'm that because my clients trust me. They rely on me. They send me their employees, their daughters, their sons, their grandchildren. I bet you I get 5 calls a week going, hey, Mr. Woodburn, I'm calling you because my dad's been listening to you for 20 years. And he says, you're the guy I have to go through for a mortgage. I am so grateful. I'm so blessed from so many of you out there that do that. And I can promise you, your family members and your friends are in great hands. I will always take great care of them. There will never be a bait and switch. They'll always get the best possible interest rate. They'll get the best service, and they'll get somebody that really cares about them. And believe me, all of you that have sent your friends and clients, if I think you're going in the wrong direction, I'll flat out tell you are. I want you to be safe. I want you to make the right decisions. I want you to make this a good decision. I want you to make it valuable. I want you to make money when it comes to your real estate. Call me now at 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009, or go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. When we get back, I got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about student loans, why to buy a property or why not to buy a property in 2025, and whether you should refinance or hold off on refinancing. I'll be back in 5. Don't go anywhere.